Good morning and welcome to the show. My name is Kwe. The Kenyan fashion industry is growing by the day as the consumers continue to look out for new and creative designs. Now, once upon a time, fashion was not a subject that was taken seriously, especially by our parents, but with the growing talent in the country, it's not difficult to see why it is gradually being appreciated by the Kenyan crowd. Now, there are a number of fashion events which take place almost every weekend, which attest to this fact. Amongst those growing the fashion industry is our guest on Mid-Morning Lifestyle. That's coming up.
There's no doubt that professional training gives the stamp of approval when legitimizing someone's skills and capacity in a certain trade. However, professional training is not everything, especially when we talk about having a natural eye for fashion. This statement becomes more factual after meeting these two young ladies, Carol and Lyn, who have not only been trained in the fashion industry, but study a course that is far from it.
I have had no training at all. I'm actually still in school. I'm doing pharmacy, so I've not had the time to go and study fashion. But we have people around us who actually help us with the technical stuff. We come up with the designs, then we have a consultant who tells us the materials that are suitable for the designs. We also have a tailor. It's actually one and the same person. It's Lennox Kimathi of Kenyans Got Swag. So we work hand in hand with him.
I have absolutely no training, but what I go by is the endless hours we pour on the style channels. Like, you know, you'd actually follow. Like, you'd give somebody advice like, this should not go with this. So you'd be like, yes, definitely. As in, what were you even thinking when you stepped out of the house matching this and this? So basically, it's actually instinct. Yeah, so no training, but in future, if things go well with our business and we'll have to go learn some few stuff, yeah, we will consider that.
Lyn and I met in college. We are in University of Nairobi doing pharmacy. So we met, actually, we were living in the same hostel, and we used to spend a lot of time on the TV watching Style and E and Fashion Network. So we realized we both had the same passion, and we combined our talents to actually come up with A La Mode Africa.
Something about myself, what you see actually is what you get. I'm a very friendly person. I'm free-spirited, fun-loving. Yeah, basically those are my characters.
Naturally, I'm a very shy person, but I'm also a perfectionist. I'm those people who, when I put my mind to something, I see it through to the end. I don't believe in giving up, because then I'll just be left wondering what if, and that's torture to myself. So I see something through, yes. The name A La Mode Africa actually means fashionable Africa. A La Mode is French for fashionable or in fashion. We believe our brand actually brings out someone's style and identity, you know, and we believe it won't go out of style. And Africa, because most of the prints we use are African prints for our own localization, yes, and also to identify Africa as a fashionable continent.
The kinds of women who wear A La Mode Africa, I'd have to say women who are not afraid to dress up, women who are confident in who they are, women whose self-esteem is worth commending, because dressing nicely also gives you an edge. You know, you're confident when you go to work, how people receive you, the way you've dressed, you know, it tells a lot about someone. So what made me want to become a fashion designer is the fact that I can be able to help people in maybe if they have issues with their fashion, and I'd come in and say, you can do this, you can pair this with this, or better yet, I can make something good for you. I can look at you and know. It's like this instinct I have. I'd say, first of all, I am in love with fashion.
Fashion has always been something I love, something that I've always wanted to do. And so when we met in college, we both realized we both had the same passions.
What is unique about our fashion designs is the fact that we use African print. Like international designers like Marquesa, they use lace. So you see somebody in the red carpet, you're like, this is designed by Marquesa because it's lace. So us, we use African print. And what we go by, okay, like our mantra is set your trend. And we want to be able to mix other cultures, like you see Asian prints with African print, but not like hide it in the whole outfit, but we want it to be seen. That's what we want to go by. African print is quite wide. We have materials from Ghana. People call it Kentai, Kenti, depends on which school you went to. We have materials, the plain wax. We have the London wax. We have the ones that come from Nigeria. We have the ones that also come from Holland, the Vlisco. We have, those are the vintage ones. Those are the ones that have actually been there from God knows when. So yes, those are the kinds of prints we use.
While a majority of designers in the West focus on designing clothes for slimmer frames, this is not the case for Carol and Lyn.
The fashion industry has, like cliche, it has favored petite people. You know, like you have to be this tall, you have to look this small. But you know, we want us to be defined by us being able to dress anyone of whatever shape, of whatever size.
My price range depends on a lot of factors. It depends on the complexity of the design and also the labor that actually went behind creating it. So I'd have to say from around 2,500 onwards.
If you've watched programs like Project Runway, you can easily see how much pressure the designers are faced with when creating a single outfit. Now, of course, their parameters for tasks are unusual because it's a competition, but there's no denying the fact that designing is no easy feat.
I'd have to say a season collection does take a lot of time, tremendous time, because first of all, research, you have to put your time and effort into it. And aside from that, like seasons change, right? And you have to decide what kind of material will go with the collection you want to use. Like, for example, if it's cold, you will tend to lean more on maybe cotton because it's more absorbent, and wool. But when it's more sunny, you'd go for things like chiffon that, you know, they're free and they just drape on your body. So yeah, you'll have to see and you'll have to research and find out what is good and for what season, and for the clientele too, yeah? What does a client want, yeah?
Locally, I would have to say Anne Macri, the founder of Kiko Romeo. I love her style. I love how she works with different stuff. Actually, like the prints she does, she blends different things, different styles in her designs. Internationally, I would like to say Marquesa. Because there were also two college students who met and found a common interest. So I believe our history sort of corresponds with that. And also the niche is lace. And I want also African to identify our brand as lace identifies theirs. Yes. A local vixen in Kenya, for example, Avril, Maria, just to name a few. I would actually like to dress them. I love the styles. I love the fact that they can pull off anything.
Dress your size. Ladies, men, kids, old people, dress your size.
Locally, I would say Wahoo. I actually met her at a show where she was performing the Kemunto show, and I loved the outfit that she was wearing. She actually owned it.
There is no greater feeling than that of seeing your work come to fruition. For a designer, this great feeling would come from seeing someone walking in your clothes.
The first time I saw someone wearing one of my designs was Cameron J. She's actually a Scottish musician. She was in Kenya to perform for the Kemunto show. When we met her, we were actually wearing our designs, and I actually had on this Maasai print jacket that she fell in love with because it had the Scottish colors. So she actually told me to remove it and give it to her for her to wear for the rest of the night. And that was actually very empowering. Currently, we're working on a men's line. It's nothing solid yet, but we are actually working on it. And we also hope to have a studio. Yes, it will have all our designs, both male and female. And we will launch it when it actually materializes.
What I'd want people to understand about working in the fashion industry is that it requires patience. Because you are working with different people. You know, no man is an island. Our pieces, we believe and we have faith that they will surpass the end of time because we put in a lot of time.
For the upcoming designers, remember that it's not enough to be just creative, especially if you want to one day own your own fashion franchise. You can also have some business sense. As fashion gets more and more corporate driven, it's important to be aware of the business climate and understanding the mechanics behind it. Send us your comments to midmorning at standardmedia.co.ke, or better yet, go to our Facebook page, KTN Midmorning, like it and drop in a comment. We would love to hear from you. Have a fabulous weekend. I'll see you Monday.